Hey everybody, and welcome to Breakfast for Dinner.
What up?
We're here in our studio. So you might have noticed the quality is drastically done something this week, and it has. We are recording from my phone today.
We're trying out new things.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the best possible Dunne experience.
Also, Frank Jaws is on location, on assignment, doing some field work. So he'll be back next week, or in next episode in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With a lot to
unpack.
A lot of information to give us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A lot of growth.
Tons of growth.
He's a plant.
He is a plant. Hey, and Sam's here to come and irritate us, as he does.
Good times. It's all good.
The whole family's here.
We love it.
Yeah. So what has been up? Well, first of all, if you haven't already, I'm going to recommend that you do us a big favor. Do yourself a big favor. Do yourself the favor of signing up for our newsletter.
We have a newsletter.
Yeah, because it's the 90s somewhere. No, for real, though. The reason that we've decided to do a newsletter is because it's an easy way for us to get hold of the people that are actually interested in our content and what it is that we are doing. Because, as you know, Facebook is a little bit tricky sometimes and likes to hide things from people and likes to do all kinds of nastiness. So,
ain't no algorithm to a newsletter.
Nope.
It comes right to your box. It's
a binary. It's a yes, you get it, or no, you don't. So,
and you can get it. I know this. I've seen you. You can get it.
Yes. So, we've got a lot of territory to cover. We're on the other end of our special, which was secret at the time, our Simon's Quest playthrough. We're on the other end of that. We haven't talked about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
What a wonderful game, first of all.
It's a banger.
It's a banger. Really slaps. Great game. It's actually one of the first video games that my parents bought when we got the NES.
All right.
My dad was like, I really want to try this out, and he got it. And
I can dig it.
Yeah. And so it's got a sentimental value of some kind. Also, we've been working on more concrete things, of course. If you are subscribed to our newsletter, you are now aware of the fact that we are in the process of kind of creating a bigger kind of studio type dealio. The 12 Rabbit Hour Studio. And that's going to be, that YouTube already exists. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe to that, you can. What that's going to be and what we envision that being is that it's a place for us to put any live action stuff that we do. So Steve and I are both writers. We're both prolific writers. We both have had hundreds upon thousands of ideas over time of skits that we'd like to do. Mm-hmm. And, now it's just a matter of remembering what they were and writing them. Or in some cases, just writing them. So we're kind of excited about that. That's gonna be
awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's probably about a year out, we're figuring, because we need actual equipment. Like, for example, right now, the increase in quality in the video that you're seeing is due to the fact that we're using my cell phone. Cell phones, they're great. They do these things, but it's not meant to be like a permanent solution. It's meant to be hey, I'm seeing something out in the world and I want to be able to videotape it.
Yep.
And I don't want to carry a camcorder with me everywhere I go.
Although a lot of filmmakers do use their phones for a lot of primary shot work. So
yeah, that's true. That's very true. So, other stuff. We're on the other end of DunneCon now. And as you can see, DunneCon 2020. I'm going to keep these bitches up in the shop another about week, and then I'm going to take them down.
Get your merch.
So get those DunneCon 2020 shirts if you want them.
Limited edition.
Yeah. I personally did not want to be reminded of the dumpster fire that was this year. So I did not get a DunneCon shirt, but I did get a Haven't You Had a Nice Road Trip shirt. And cool thing, it's a great looking shirt, real sharp. Not so cool thing, and my ladies will know what I'm talking about. I put that sucker on, and it's like June and Larry over here, just like. So yeah, and it's prominent, like wet t-shirt contest, prominent. All right, I need y'all to understand. how prominent this was, which is why I'm not currently wearing said tank top. I also wish I knew why my whole face just wanted itch. I mean, I know it's fall and all, but like, can we maybe just not? Yeah. So newsletter, Duncast or Duncon, 12 rabbit hours.
Mm-hmm.
We are closing in on the last of the footage from the Mario playthrough. So yeah, within the next like week or two, we're going to be wrapping that. It's going to be over with. There will be no more Mario on our channel for the moment.
But wait a minute.
Wait.
Isn't there more Mario? Aren't there other Mario games?
In fact, there are.
What? And
in fact, we did buy the Mario 3D All-Stars pack.
What?
And in fact, we are going to play it.
Sick.
Yeah. I did a little bit of playtesting yesterday, but with a game that I was familiar with, that Mario Sunshine. I did some playtesting with that yesterday, and I'm able to handle that one a lot better than I used to be able to. Cool. I haven't attempted Mario 64 yet, just because anything on the N64 kind of gave me a migraine almost immediately upon impact. And then of course Mario Galaxy, which is the precursor to Mario Odyssey. So we are intending on playing more Mario, just not Odyssey anymore. Not that we didn't like it or anything like that. It's just everything else is like extras.
Yeah, and not there isn't more to grab. Because
there's tons. There's tons to grab with the pinchy grabs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Final Fantasy's going pretty well. We have about an hour's worth of footage that I haven't yet shared with y'all. Which means that we'll probably be playing again more soon.
Heck yeah.
So if you try to get a hold of us on a random Saturday afternoon and we don't answer, that's probably what's going on.
We'll be hanging with the Red Boys.
Yeah, with the boys of the Red Boys. And if you haven't seen it already, Steve actually did a drawing of our 4 red sons. And that's up on his Instagram, which is going to probably be in the description, but also can be regularly and easily located through our newsletter, which you want to sign up for because it talks about all the things that we're doing behind the scenes. And, you didn't just come to this YouTube because of us and our personalities, most likely. Well, maybe you did. I don't know everybody that's subscribed, so maybe you did. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes and what we can share. And we want to be able to share that with people because there's real thought and effort that goes into everything we do here, which may not seem like it, but actually for reals, there's real thought and effort behind the things that we do. Mm-hmm. The reason that we choose the road trips that we do for the particular weeks that we do, all of that is like determinable, and it's pretty easy to figure out.
Yep.
If you have the newsletter.
Ding! Newsletter, ding!
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, it's so do we so what how do people get information?
You're gonna go to duncast.weebly.com. That's how you get involved in our newsletter.
And there'll be a link in the description, I imagine.
Yes, absolutely. There already is. There has been a link in the description for the past week now.
Sick. I love it.
So, please do that if you haven't already. Which, if you have already, you're like sitting here going, God, get on with it.
Get on with the show. Hey, guess what? This is the show.
This is the show. Yeah. So, what else? Oh, if you follow us for our less mundane, more esoterical content. So if you're, say, a listener to our podcast, mm-hmm. things like that, yeah. On my Facebook page and on the Pagan Pathways Temple main Facebook page, or not main Facebook page, but the community page that mm-hmm. they have, I, this weekend, did my very first sermon. And it went pretty well.
It was great.
So if you're into that sort of content, if you're into witchy shit.
If you're a spiritual person.
If you consider yourself in any way spiritual. It's meant to be a very non-denominational, very open sort of sermon. I wish there was a better word for it, but there's not. Anyway, that's there. You should check it out or not.
I highly recommend it.
I highly
think it's
recommend it
great.
too. So the video exists on Facebook. Strangely enough, the podcast exists on YouTube. So if you want to watch it without my happy face and with extra added music and more boosty boosts, boost, then you listen to it over there. And I imagine I'll probably put a card right there-ish about that.
Right there. I can see it now.
I can see it now.
You know what I can see?
A dog.
Emma.
It's Emma. Emma, do you want to come play?
She needs to have what I don't know what she just ate, but
I know what that is. That's part of our window.
oh,
It's
awesome.
okay. Yeah, that's the part that broke.
I'm over here petting Emma, and you can't see her. Oh,
Oh, there she is. It's Emma.
It's Mama.
Lemma.
She's a good girl.
She's the best doozle.
She's a little shy on camera, but she does like to bark off camera.
All the time. Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, you want to say hi to the peeps? Huh? Maybe?
I'm a crab on my peeps crabs.
Are you floof?
Copyright strike.
Are you
All right.
floof?
Let's get out of here.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we'll see you soon. But yeah, that's kind of some of the stuff that we've had going on. Road trips are getting a little bit weird, and Steve and I think we might have a final plan for what's going to happen at the end of the year.
Ooh.
But we're going to keep it secret for now.
You're gonna have to stay tuned to find out.
Yep. But it'll be good. It'll be good. Oh, other shit that happened in the time that we were away.
What happened?
Unis Honest. It's gone.
Which, if you don't know what it was,
You would've had to be there.
You don't get to know about it.
Yep.
You had to be there.
You would have had to be there. But not that Mark or Ethan are ever going to see this. But
You
if they
never
are,
know.
congratulations, dudes.
Yeah.
Amy, to you as well. Bravo. Great job. What a fantastic journey that was.
Well played.
And it was well played. And, we only do YouTube 5 days a week, guys. Monday through Friday. And that started in April, right? They did 365 days worth of content.
Yep.
Without a break, without a breath.
Yep.
Just 365 days worth of content. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
If you haven't checked that out, you can't. It's gone.
It's gone.
They erased it after 365 days, which was the initial plan of the channel, thus the name Unis Honest, which means 1 year. So yeah, it just, the whole concept really was inspiring to me and Steve.
Yeah.
It's like, these fuckers are just out here with their cell phones, just like getting after it, and just doing whatever the hell came to their heads. Like, just whatever the hell came to their heads.
It was very well produced, but it was the guerrilla mentality style.
Yeah, it was just
get in there.
I want to make shit. I'm going to make shit. I think that's an aesthetic that like Steve and I are really into.
Absolutely.
Just, if you want to make shit, just make shit. Don't be afraid to make shit. We're here on my literal cell phone right now making shit because my computer's camera is kind of not great.
For you.
And, you guys are getting down with it. You guys are all right with it. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So, that's the lesson to come by. Let's do a random for the thumbnail here. All right. I'll find that in post. I'll find it in post. It'll be great.
Should I talk a minute about my literary project?
You should talk a minute about your literary project. As a matter of fact, sir, take the mic.
This is a microphone.
It is a microphone.
This is the microphone song. All right, so I'm working on a story right now. It's a comedic horror piece called "Fuck You, Hillbilly Dracula." It's the title, it's the synopsis, it's the setting, it's the theme, it's everything.
It's all everything.
It's you might think, oh wow, this is going to be stupid, and it's a little bit of that too. But there are some, as I'm writing it, there are some surprisingly deep and poignant passages in it. So I'm pretty proud of it. Disturbed, but I did that too. But I surprised myself with the level of complexity that's coming out of the characters. I came into it well, of course, it's a NaNoWriMo project. So it's, the idea, in case anybody's unaware, you start November 1st, you try and write the rough draft of a novel, 50,000 words, get that done. You pump out around 1,700 words a day, you'll have it done.
It's a month-long project.
It's a month-long project.
That's context.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I said that. So, yeah, by the end of the month, you've got a novel written. And then, 1 month out of the year, you absolutely kick your own ass writing this story, and then you spend little bits of time that you can trying to edit it and get it where you want it to be. And that's what the two longer works that I've finished and published are both, well, no, the first one was a product of NaNoWriMo. The second one was just something I did on my own, I guess. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
See, what I do with those is I write them, I get frustrated about halfway through, and then I stick the project in my Google Drive, never to be looked at again, except for on, every, I'd say, couple of years when somebody takes some sort of interest in whatever it is that I'm doing. And I'm like, hey, this story might be useful to you. Spoiler alert, it's not useful to anyone. But that's that. My NaNoWriMo project this year is, as always, not doing it.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, no.
I didn't want to.
Well, that's the thing is I got stuck. Like, understand, I did Nano from 2012 all the way to like 2018. And like, some of those projects ended up really good. Some of them ended up really trash. Like, really trash. My favorite project actually came from Nano 2018.
All right.
And that's the one called The Future Soon. And if I haven't read it to you, which it'll be read on this channel eventually once I've completed it.
I love it.
We will be doing something with it.
Story time.
I think it's going to be here, and it will be one of these, like, kind of like the road trip, only it'll be a chapter's worth, and it'll be, edited with B-roll and things like that, and like, there'll be some sort of idle thing. So, kind of an interactive book-ish.
I like it.
So that's what I'm intending on doing with the project, as well as, maybe eventually editing and publishing it. But again, that's going to take time. Time that I may not necessarily have, that has to be spent on other things. Because as you guys know, 4 full-time jobs. And maybe one of those will be going away at some point soon. Maybe one of those won't be going away at some time soon. But for right now, 4 full-time jobs.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
It's a secret to everyone.
We'll never know. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And then I've been doing a lot of heavy lifting type psychological work. And I know we don't talk about it much here. We talk a lot about psychology and like esoteric shit on our podcast, but we don't really talk about that here. That's more of I like to call it a mundane channel, or some that are more in the Harry Potter lore would call it a muggle channel. And that's what I've intended it to be. That is by design.
Yeah.
Not because I'm not really into the esoteric shit, because I really am, but because I feel like my voice is here. I have plenty of places where I can be esoteric. I don't have plenty of places where I can just perform. And that's what this is. I mean, yeah, it's a weird performance style, but it is performance. And with the editing, with everything that we do, like, you're seeing bits of us and you're seeing our art.
Absolutely.
And, it's really weird to think that I just started on this in April. This is a brand new thing to me. I've never edited video in my life except for in a camcorder once when I was in a creative and performing arts program. So this is all very new, and I'm really excited to see how much progress has been made. And I know that sounds kind of patting my own ego a little bit, but honestly, 6 months, 6 months, guys. just over 6 months. And I've learned this much. It just proves that if you set your mind to doing something and learning something, you can do it.
Absolutely.
You have to really want it. Because I'll tell you, the first couple of these videos, they took hours.
Mm-hmm.
And they were basically PowerPoint presentations.
But did you do them on PowerPoint?
No.
The joke that will never die. Oh,
God, no. Okay, so in my training as a journalist and as a graphic designer, I guess, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, you're graphic design.
There are certain rules that we follow. And one of those rules that I feel should be an unspoken rule amongst the craft. But by the fact that I'm having to speak it, that should tell you that somebody did wrong, right? If you're designing a mock-up of any sort, whether it be poster or promotional material or things that are not presentations, and when I say presentations, I mean like traditional at a meeting presentation.
With a laser pointer and a clicker and all that stuff.
Yeah. If you're not in the corporate world, don't use PowerPoint for that shit. You got me? Don't use it for that shit. Don't use it for that shit. Don't use it for that shit. It makes you look dumb, and it makes the people running your social media want to murder you. Are we clear? Okay.
All right. Dopeness.
Yeah. Well, I had to say, I felt it needed to be said.
Yeah, well, there it is. I mean, that's important information.
It's very important information.
It'll stop a motherfucker from getting killed.
Yes. And more importantly, the reason that you do that, because there's a reason why you don't use PowerPoint for that. One, it's not designed for it. It is not the ideal place to do it or use it. Mm-hmm. Two, those images, the PNGs, or not PNGs, the JPGs are not scalable. And the only way that you can get your stuff from PowerPoint to being usable for social media, for other things, is very simply, you can't use a JPG for that. And the reason is because all of the different places that you are distributing your art, whatever that art may happen to be, they have different qualifications on what size shit can be. This means that this image will have to constantly be resized and reshifted depending on the social media that you're using.
If you're using a JPEG, it changes quality when you do that.
Yes, when you use a JPEG and you stretch it all out, you look like we normally do on our YouTube channel. If you have something that it's scalable, like PNG, for example, you can stretch it however you want.
Yep.
You can turn it upside down, sideways. It's still the same image.
Full manipulation.
You can fully manipulate it to do whatever you need it to do. And then that way you save your media person or the person that has to put these things up or start up profiles for you. You save them from having to try to redo your work that you did a shoddy job in PowerPoint with.
There it is.
There's my spicy hot take.
Out of the park.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got coming up?
Well, tomorrow, or obviously today, you're looking at breakfast for dinner. Tomorrow we'll have a fake advertisement of some kind. Mm-hmm. Fake Ad Friday is going to stick around for a while because I haven't quite figured out what should go on Friday. And I think like fake ads are fun. They're a nice quick thing. Steve and I can do them in like 20 minutes. And they're fun and they're funny and they make people laugh and they're really easy to share around. And I can put that shit up on Facebook and everybody's like, oh, look, the Dunnes are making videos. Huh, look at that. And then they come and check us out here and realize that we're a whole ass ton of crazy. A whole butt. Not just half the butt. The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I think you got anything else to say to these folks?
No, I already talked about, we've already talked about the tarot card project.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that anymore. So yeah, I'm learning more about the video editing process, and I'm enjoying it. I'm actually starting to feel the bug.
And I knew he would. I knew he would.
Folks don't know me, but you're gonna get to know me.
Yeah.
So originally, I'm in my 40s, but when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a filmmaker. George A. Romero was one of my idols. The guy who did the Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead series. I want to make horror films. I started making horror films with my friends. None of them have survived because they were all done on VHS and they were bad. But you know what? It was the point of it. We were learning blocking. We were learning,
pacing, blocking, all that
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, the process of script writing. And then that's what eventually parlayed into wanting to do comic books, because it's like making a movie, but you don't have to worry about actors because you just draw them an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long road. Originally I just started writing for comics, and then it turned into I'm going to learn how to draw. And then now I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm pretty okay with the drawing. And then now it's, Sherlock Bones. It's the ultimate culmination.
And,
all right.
And we do have a website for that as well. We're not sharing it yet because there's nothing on it.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think.
Yeah, I've talked enough about myself, so we're good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. I got nothing more to say. I'm just talking at this point.
Yeah. That's what we do, Steve.
What is this?
That's
what are we even doing?
do.
What are we doing? You're crazy over there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here's the thing is that we don't always get to see ourselves when we're recording.
Yeah.
Right now, like, we're right in our own faces.
You like that, huh?
You made it weird, bro. You made it weird.
Bye.
And so, until next time, stride confidently forward in your weirdness. Be fuzzy. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.